Master Fazhao's Miraculous Encounter with Amitabha-recitation by Master Huijing. Master Fazhao, a venerable monk of the Tang Dynasty, 747 to 821 AD, followed teachings and practices so closely aligned with those of Master Shandao, 613 to 681 AD, that later generations came to know him as the latter-day Shandao, believing him to be the incarnation of the founder of the Pure Land School in China. Shortly after taking his monastic vows, Master Fazhao had a most miraculous experience. During deep meditation, his alms bowl became a window to another realm. There, reflected in its depths, he saw a monastery perched among soaring peaks. Above its gates gleamed the words, "Great Sage Bamboo Grove Monastery." This sight took his breath away. This was no ordinary monastery. It shimmered with precious jewels and radiated golden light. Its gardens and woodlands seemed to have stepped straight from the pages of Amitabha Sutra, with grounds paved in gold, halls adorned with various jewels, and there were rows of balustrades, decorated nets, and trees draped with precious ornaments. Moved to his court, Fazhao wondered, could such a place exist in this Saha world? His elder gave him direction. This vision, they said, pointed to Mount Wutai, the sacred dwelling place of the great Bodhisattva Manjushri. Following the threads of destiny, Fazhao made his way to Mount Wutai, finding temporary shelter at the Temple of Buddha's Light. Then came the dawn that would make history. A brilliant beam of light suddenly shone onto Master Fazhao, beckoning him to follow. He came upon two young disciples, believed to be none other than Sudana and Nanda, waiting to guide him. They led him to a monastery that made his heart leap. There, above his gates, were the very words from his vision, "Great Sage Bamboo Grove Monastery." Inside, the monastery gleamed with precious jewels, and every tree sparkled with the 7 treasures. In the main hall, an extraordinary sight awaited him. Manjushri Bodhisattva sat on a lion throne to the west, while Samantabhadra Bodhisattva occupied another throne to the east. Both were expounding the Dharma to the countless bodhisattvas gathered around them. Fazhao prostrated reverently and voiced the question that burned in his heart. We live in the Dharma ending age, far from Shakyamuni Buddha's time. People lack wisdom and discernment. Their spiritual capacity is diminished, and their Buddha nature is hidden beneath heavy karma and afflictions. Among all the Buddha's teachings, which is as vast as the ocean, what practice would best suit such beings, leading them most surely to enlightenment? Manjushri's first words were, "Practice Buddha name recitation." This practice suits sentient beings of the Dharma ending age perfectly, making offerings to the triple gems, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. These practices surpass all others in merit. Through them, Manjushri continued, you'll swiftly attain perfect enlightenment, embodying both merit and wisdom. I myself attained the Buddha's wisdom in past lives through the practice of reciting the Buddha's name and making offerings to the triple gems. all perfections, profound meditations, and even the enlightenment of all Buddhas are attained from the practice of reciting the Buddha's name. This very practice surpasses all others in its power to guide sentient beings to enlightenment. When Master Fazhao asked for specific guidance on how to practice, Manjushri revealed the heart of the Pure Land path. 10 million Buddhist lands to the west lies the land of ultimate bliss, where Amitabha Buddha dwells. His teachings and the power of his vows are inconceivable, transcending all understanding. Recite his name without cease, and at life's end, you'll surely be reborn there, never to fall back, swiftly attaining Buddhahood. In a moment of supreme blessing, both Manjushri and Samantabhadra Bodhisattvas reached out their golden hands and touched Fazhao's crown. Their prophecy rang with certainty. Through Amitabha-recitation, you'll achieve perfect enlightenment. For all seekers of swift attainment of enlightenment, no practice surpasses this. They will quickly attain Buddhahood by reciting the Buddha's name single-mindedly. Overwhelmed with joy at these profound teachings and divine prophecy, Master Fazhao prostrated repeatedly to the two bodhisattvas before departing. The two young disciples escorted him out. When he turned for one last look, the magnificent monastery had vanished into thin air. Marking the spot with stones, he later built a temple there, naming it the great Sage Bamboo Grove Monastery. He recorded his extraordinary experience for future generations. From that day forward, Master Fazhao dedicated himself completely to Pure Land practice, focusing on Amitabha recitation and aspiring for rebirth in the land of ultimate bliss. His legacy lives on, and he was honored as the fourth patriarch of the Pure Land School. 南无阿弥陀佛。